Good morning, sir. Today I'm going to tell you that casual matchmaking needs to be destroyed. Now, before I say anything else, I would like to tell you that there is an absolutely fantastic alternative way to play true Team Fortress 2. A little community server that goes by the name of castaway.tf. This server uses the beautiful, the brilliant, the fantastic, the perfect good old Quickplay rule set that we had in the good old days. Castaway also features a weapon reverts plugin that allows us to bring back well over a dozen weapons that were destroyed or damaged by horrific and unjustified nerfs by Valve in the past decade or so. In my humble opinion, Castaway is the single greatest Team Fortress 2 server that has ever been made. I am very happy to say that this server, Castaway, fills up in 3 different continents every single day. Those 3 continents would be North America, Europe, and Asia. So if you're interested in playing the greatest community server that TF2 has ever seen, and if you want to help us in our fight for Quickplay, by all means, join castaway.tf. Our community has a schedule that it tries to stick to of when exactly we start filling up our servers. You can find this schedule, as well as all of our server IPs, in our website, castaway.tf, and in our Steam group. And if you want to be notified of when exactly we're filling up our servers live, you should join the Castaway Steam group chat, which we use as our main organizing tool. We don't use Discord because we're not fucking gay. Yo, with that said, let's get to the point. What's up, nigga? It's your boy GAB talking about Quickplay once again, spitting facts. You already know. You already know. Oh wow! I clicked on a Gabba channel, and he's talking about Quickplay again. Can you believe it? Yeah. Well, listen. We got some things to talk about. We got some serious developments that we need to address. So a while back, like over half a year ago at this point, I said that it would be great if the quick play versus casual matchmaking discussion, as far as TF2 was concerned, was a little bit more mainstream. It got a little bit more exposure. And I mentioned, Zesty Eceleb is working on a video about this topic. And, after 10 years, he finally made the video. So congratulations. Anyway, I was more interested in the reaction the video was going to get than in the video itself because, I already knew what the fuck was going to be said. I've been saying this shit for fucking years at this point. I didn't need to hear it again. But, I was expecting a big bang, a nuclear mushroom cloud of a truth or whatever the fuck the kids say these days. I was interested in how the mainstream, like, TF2 Ecelib Cabal or whatever was going to react. Was this going to be the big topic of the year that people are going to be talking about? And it was going to get all this discussion. And that didn't really happen. Your anti-quick play propagandists and your bullshitters, they didn't even need to do a lot of damage control in the end. All they needed to say about it was that, oh, wow, this fucking video's 4 hours long. I'm not watching that shit. Which, hey, that's a really good point. You know what? Like, I agree, honestly. Like, raise your hand if you watch 4 hours of Zesty Eceleb talking. I'm not raising mine. I'm sorry. Like, see, if the video was like 1 hour long, like that's a better length. That's a gentleman's length. That's a scholarly length. That's like a good lecture, But 4 hours? Oh, hey, like what is this? What are you, fucking Peter Jackson? What is this, Return of the King? You ain't him, little bro. Yeah, okay. If you couldn't tell yet, I'm a little miffed right now, okay? And I got a valid reason for that. I got a major beef with this fucking E-Celeb Jesus motherfucker, okay? Because he slandered, in the literal definition of that word, he slandered my promised land. He slandered Castaway. And, I took that personally. But, I'm going to address that bullshit at the end of the video because really, I don't really even want to talk about the E-Celeb. The E-Celeb is not important. The E-Celebs in general are not important. I'm not going to want to talk with the E-Celebs. I'm going to want to talk with you, the viewer. But, it is important that I mention this video because, it is an important development in the whole quick play discourse thing. But the most important part about all this is that, this video, this big E-Celeb video came out. And, I was expecting that this was going to be a big topic and, people weren't going to be able to avoid it. And we're going to have to get, the damage control coming in from the fucking anti-quick play propagandists and the Mady celeb cabal. What are they going to say? Because they can't actually argue against the points on why quick play is better. There's no argument there. So I was really hoping that this was going to get pushed and this is going to be a big thing. But none of that actually happened because like a week later, we got a new development from Valve that instantly took all of the attention and it took the spotlight away from Quickplay. Valve released the Source SDK, whatever the fuck that means, and they released the TF2 source code officially. Officially, like unofficially, it's already been leaked out of the fucking toilet for like 5 years or whatever. That is another historic contribution to TF2 by a heroic e-celeb who has decided that, the game wasn't getting fucked hard enough by bots. Let's leak the source code too. But, that was a while ago. And the point of all this from Valve is that they just basically gave you permission to make mods for TF2 and to officially put them on Steam. So, that's really some big fucking news there. Except it really isn't big news. Like, this is a fucking nothing burger to end all nothing burgers. Haven't people been making mods for fucking years? What changes? What changes is that you can officially put them on Steam and absolutely nothing will be gained from that whatsoever. Hey guys, TF2 Classic. That mod that you could have played for years by now? It's getting released on Steam officially. Well, that's fucking big news right there. TF2 Classic. Whoa. Well, let me tell you something. Ain't nothing classic about TF2 Classic. When I think of classic Team Fortress 2, what I think of is custom Overwatch weapons. Yeah. Now that's classic TF2. Get the fuck out of here. Hey, if you actually want that name to be true, if you actually want to play classic Team Fortress 2, you don't gotta install no fucking mod, nothing. All you gotta do is open up TF2, boot up the server browser, and search for Castaway. Now that is classic TF2 right there. But, I don't want to digress too long. The main point of what I'm trying to say is that, the whole SDK nothing burger, the mainstream, the spotlight, this is the big topic right now. So, quick play, if it was going to be a mainstream important topic, instantly got stolen by this bullshit. So that's not really happening anymore. But now is not the time to get discouraged by that. In fact, the opposite needs to happen. We need to push the issue. We, the players, right now need to take action. We can't wait for any more e-celeb developments. We can't sit here waiting for somebody else to take action for us. We can't sit there waiting for Valve either. I've talked a lot of shit about Valve on this channel when it comes to their management of TF2 in the past decade. For very good reasons. I have very valid reasons to talk shit about Valve when it comes to what they've done to TF2. I mean, they did fuck the game up tremendously. But today, I'm not interested in that. Today, I am not here to tell you about how Valve is fucked up and how they ruined the game. I've been talking about that for fucking, for years at this point. Hour after hour on this channel, you can find me doing that. Today, I'm talking to you. Right? I'm not talking about Valve. I'm not talking about some fucking e-celebs. Right now, I am talking to you, the player, the TF2 player directly. You are responsible for the state of the game. Every single one of us. You, me, every single player that boots up this game every single day. We have a responsibility for what we do. And if there are thousands of us that decide that we're going to play casual matchmaking every single fucking day, when we have the option of a community server browser, when we have the option to band together and, join up and organize and to play on community servers that actually unfuck the game, and when we choose not to do that or we're too lazy to do that, in that case, we get what we fucking deserve, don't we? We get the game that we deserve. I am of the opinion that casual matchmaking must be destroyed. It has been a plague for TF2, and its continued existence is an insult to this game and all of its players. Casual needs to die. It would have been best if it was never brought into being in the first place, right? But killing it now, after almost 9 years, that would be a good and moral thing to do. That would be a thing to be proud of, right? And it is necessary that all of us do our part in fighting against this rotten, despicable system. So what I'm saying is, fuck casual. Kill casual. Behead casual. Throw it into a ditch. No more of this shit. No more. TF2 needs a revolution. And this revolution, it's got to come from the player base. It needs to be a community revolution. Everyone in opposition to casual matchmaking must concentrate in community servers running the Quickplay rule set. It's that simple. Now, if this community server revolution is to have any chance of being successful, we have to operate under the belief that the only way the state of TF2 can improve is through our actions, right? Nobody else's, ours. Because this is very likely actually true. Valve is probably not coming to save us. And we, the players, are responsible for the future of this game. Because we're the ones that actually give a fuck about the future of this game. So to all of those players that are fed up with casual matchmaking, to all of those players that are in favor of quick play, and to all of those players that want the good old days to come back to Team Fortress 2, we need to band together and we have to organize. And organization is of vital importance to this thing. There are plenty of people out there who hate casual, but if those people don't organize, nothing happens. Fucking nothing. It is not possible to fill up a server without organization. And that's the reason why for the past almost 9 years by now, we haven't seen a real viable alternative to casual. In the quick play era, 5 players could just go into a server and start seeding it. And it would be realistic to see that server fill up rapidly, thanks to players being directed there via quick play and filling that server up that way, right? That is not the case in the matchmaking era. Anyone can set up a server quite easily, but filling it up, that's the real challenge. And the way to do it, the way to actually beat that challenge, and the way to actually fill up servers is simply to organize. And the only reason why Castaway manages to fill up is because we are organized. We have a certain schedule of when we start filling up servers in every single region, and we try to stick to that. And on top of that, we make use of our Steam group chat for the purpose of announcing to our players when we start playing. And later on, when slots are freeing up, we can let people know and, get them to join and keep the servers up for hours at a time full. And equally important to the issue of organization is persistence. And let me tell you something. At Castaway, we know a lot about persistence. In the beginning, when we started off with Castaway, we couldn't fill up a server once. Not one server once a week. We couldn't even do that shit. We would peak at like 6 players, and that's all we had, right? And now fast forward to today, and we managed to fill up servers in 3 different continents every single fucking day, right? And we made this happen because even though we couldn't fill up for shit at first, we kept going. We didn't fill up one week, we came back the next, and the next, and the motherfucking next, and player by player, week by week, we actually managed to build a community out of nothing. And that's how change is enacted, right? It's through consistent effort and people actually organizing and concentrating, that effort for a common goal. Not through meaningless fucking debates, and I use the word debates very loosely, with people that don't even play the game on fucking Twitter. Give me a break. If you actually want to do your part, you play on community servers that are running the quick play rule set. Period. It's that simple. And that is how we bring back quick play, right? Not by relying on fucking e-celebs, not with hashtag campaigns, not with fucking meaningless petitions, and not by begging Valve, right? Playing the damn game. That's the key. That's the ticket. That's how it's done. Hey, yo, I know this is going to sound disappointing to a lot of people because most people, especially on YouTube, they're more interested in fucking meaningless drama than they are in the actual practical state of the game. People want to feel like they're a part of some movement without actually contributing in any meaningful way, right? Well, I'm telling you that the only true quick play patriots out there are those that are willing to abandon casual completely, right? If you're not playing on servers running the quick play era rule set, your contribution to this cause, to the quick play revolution, is nil. It's non existent. You are not contributing in any meaningful way. Enough fucking talk. It's time for action. That's what I gotta say. Put up or shut the fuck up. Now listen, I'm not saying that you should like fucking drop out of school and like quit your job and just play on Castaway 24/7 every single fucking day of your life. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm saying that when you're going to be playing Team Fortress 2, and I assume that, if you're watching this video, this is something that you do pretty regularly. If you're going to be playing Team Fortress 2, don't click on that fucking disgusting piece of shit fucking casual button. Instead, go into the server browser, favorite the Castaway servers, and join those. Play on those, play TF2 there. And, you're not just doing me a favor on this. You're not just helping out Castaway and, the fucking quick play cause. No, you're helping out yourself first and foremost because this is the best fucking way that you can play this game. And that's the reason why we're so fucking persistent with Castaway, even if we are a small community. Like, this server means a lot to a lot of people by now because this really is just the best way to play the fucking game at this point. Like, I couldn't go back to casual, and I've heard from dozens of other people at this point. They said the same fucking shit. And, I've heard from people that they reinstalled the game specifically to play on Castaway, to play with those weapon reverts and with that old quick play rule set. And that's the reason why, we're out here as often as we are, as consistently as we are. We want to make this thing work. We want to make this server stand the test of time. So there you go. All you have to do if you want to contribute to the quick play cause is play on the fucking Castaway servers. And hey, I'm not asking you for money. I want to mention that. Someone recently informed me that fucking Grubertopia actually begs for donations, right? Uncle Dane's fat ass is making 25 grand every single time he releases a fucking video, right? But he's still out here fleecing his fucking fanboys for every single cent that he can scrounge up out of you. That's fucking brilliant. Don't get me wrong. I do respect the grind set. I respect the hustle. I hope one day I can be half the E-Celeb champion that he is. That man is a fucking pro, right? But I just wanted to say, the CEO of Castaway, he's got no problem paying the nut for the servers out of his own pocket without even asking for donations, right? And he works as a chef. A Wendy's chef, and he can pay for the servers, no problem. But Uncle Topia's out there asking you for fucking donations, and they get like fucking $2,000 a month. Like, what the fuck you need $2,000 a month for? Do you need like a fucking attorney on retainer for all those like grooming scandals that you gotta fucking deal with your fucking moderation team or some shit? I don't know. But again, I'm just saying. I don't want your money. I mean, not yet anyway. Maybe one day. Maybe when Castaway has 200 servers and we have fucking thousands of players. Hey, I'm not going to say that we're never going to ask for money. But right now, all we fucking need is players, right? So get the fuck in, man. And as far as I'm concerned, this community server revolution should have happened a long fucking time ago. Like this thing should have been done during Jill's era. The fact that we didn't have a fucking mass movement like this of players banding together in support of community servers and saying fuck you to casual, in all this time is genuinely fucking depressing. Like looking back in retrospect, it really is embarrassing that I put up with casual for all these years. It was fucking, it's a joke. It's legitimately not TF2. Like actually, now that I've gotten to play on Castaway for fucking months, you could not fucking put a gun to my head and tell me that casual matchmaking is Team Fortress 2. Like, I'm done with that. If that was the only option for me to play the game, I would uninstall today. I could not go back. It is insane, dude. It is fucking insane. So my message to you is very simple. Kill casual. Fuck that piece of shit. Bury it in a ditch for good. And I've said this before. I'll say it again. Doesn't matter what time of the fucking day it is. You know? Doesn't matter if it's 4 a.m. Somewhere out there, there are 20 people that want to play TF2 with the old Quickplay rule set. And there's absolutely no reason whatsoever as to why we shouldn't be able to fill up servers running the Quickplay rule set 24/7 all the time. You know, like the fact that that isn't standard and somehow this hasn't happened yet in the fucking almost a decade since Beat Your Match is just fucking ridiculous. The only fucking community server out there that could actually boast about doing that, you know, staying up 24/7 no matter what, is fucking Groomertopia. And again, that is worse than fucking casual. Like, I'm telling you to play on community servers with the Quickplay rule set. That is not Uncle Topia. They do not have the fucking Quickplay rule set. Like, I genuinely can't even wrap my fucking head around it. But not only do they have no crits, not only do they fucking have class limits, they are using the fucking casual rule set. They have a fucking round limit there. You have a community server and you actually choose to use the fucking casual rule set. That is fucking comprehensible to me. Holy shit, dude. And this is the only fucking server that actually is full 24/7. That is fucking no. This shit has got to end today. And we are going to fucking end it. We're going to get this fucking community server revolution going. And we're going to end this fucking Sloptopia monopoly. If we band together, we can fucking do it. And I have a dream that one day you will be able to open up the server browser. And there's going to be fucking hundreds of servers running that old glorious Quickplay rule set. And no matter what fucking classic map of TF2 you want to play, no matter what game mode you want to play, there's going to be something there for you. You know, King of the Hill, 5CP, Payload, SD, RD, CTF, whatever. It's all there. There's plenty of servers. Can you just imagine? You know, out of all of those thousands or, you know, tens of thousands potentially of people that now are perfectly aware that casual matchmaking is a fucking horseshit joke of a system and that Quickplay was better in every single way. Out of all of those people, how many of you are actually practically applying those ideas? Not enough. That's all I'm saying. Not enough. If you know that casual matchmaking sucks fucking donkey dick, you do not have an excuse to spend another second playing it ever again. Now, you did have a valid excuse to play casual when there weren't any viable alternatives. If you just wanted to play regular, normal Team Fortress 2. That's not some bullshit. Yeah, Uncle Topia was not a fucking alternative. In fact, it's fucking worse than casual. But now you do not have that excuse because I have informed you of castaway.tf. Now we have options, and now casual is no longer acceptable. Enough. Oh, you agree that Quickplay should come back. Oh, you know, it's great that you agree. But I don't give a fuck. Okay, I do give a fuck. Like, don't get me wrong. I do appreciate the support. I am very happy that there's a lot of people that do say that they agree with what has been said about casual and Quickplay and, you know, that Quickplay should come back. I do appreciate that. But I'm just saying, your words are fucking meaningless unless they're actually backed up by actions. We don't need any more people paying lip service. We don't need any more people, you know, not putting their fucking money where their mouth is, right? Like, we don't need any more fellow travelers. We need players. We need people that actually play Team Fortress 2 to concentrate and to organize and to stop fucking entertaining this circus that is casual matchmaking, even for a fucking second. You can't just sit there and do nothing about it and just expect Valve to bring back Quickplay. Like maybe they're going to bring back Quickplay. Maybe after they notice that there's hundreds or fucking hopefully thousands of people out there that are willing to play on community servers using the fucking Quickplay rule set. Maybe then they would actually take note that this isn't just a fucking verbal bullshit issue. This is something that people actually genuinely believe in. Maybe if casual matchmaking just started bleeding players massively, and like thousands of players out there that used to play casual just don't show up, and instead they're on community servers, and they see that people really are fucking fed up with casual and they're just done with it and nobody wants to play it. And maybe then we could actually see some action, some reforms, and potentially, hopefully, the reinstation of Quickplay. Now, of course, I'm sure there's plenty of people that are going to be saying that, oh, yeah, you're reaching. That's never going to fucking happen. What are you, fucking stupid? What are you, insane? And yeah, I know. I am fully aware that I'm reaching. And I'm completely aware that this has a very low, even negligible chance of success. It's better to go for that small chance than to just sit there and do fucking nothing but talk and bitch and moan and seethe without actually putting any of your fucking talk into practice. So yeah, I'm reaching, and I'm gonna keep fucking reaching. I'm gonna keep reaching for Quickplay because the alternative is fucking nothing. If you're watching my videos and you keep noticing that I keep shilling Castaway, you're thinking to yourself, holy fucking shit, when is this fucking guy going to stop shilling this fucking server? When is he going to stop advertising this Castaway shit? I'm going to stop advertising Castaway as soon as Quickplay comes back, or when we have like thousands of players and every single server is filled up and the server browser is just fucking Castaway Central. Then I'm going to stop shilling this fucking server. Or, alternatively, when I fucking kick the bucket and they put me in the ground, I guess then I will also stop shilling. Other than that, I ain't fucking stopping. If we actually work together on this as a community, right? If that word actually meant something, and if we were actually capable of putting up an organized resistance to this fucking piece of shit casual turd system, we could have everything. We could have it all back. But if we can't do that, we deserve fucking nothing. So what I'm saying is very simple. Stop asking what Valve can do for TF2 and ask what you can do for TF2. Because Valve doesn't really give a flying fuck about this game. Right? So they don't give a shit what happens to it. It could suck donkey balls and they're fucking fine. But you, I'm assuming, I'm hoping that you actually do care about this game and you do have an incentive to improve it because you actually fucking care about its future and about what happens to it. Because today, in the year 2025, Team Fortress 2 is not Valve's game. Right? Like, yeah, okay, yeah, they own it, they profit from it, they have the copyrights, all of that shit, yada, yada, yada. Right, fair. But I'm talking about the game. The game belongs to the players. We choose what we do with this game. We choose how we experience it. We choose what we make of it, how we build it, what we do with it. This is all in our hands right now because Valve obviously just doesn't give a shit. They haven't given a shit for a long time. They don't want to do anything. We got a responsibility to do this shit ourselves. Nobody is going to do this for us. I'm not discounting Valve completely, right? Until that 20-year anniversary. Like, if Quickplay doesn't come back by then, officially we could say that it's over from Valve completely, probably. But I'm saying that we don't have to wait for anything from Valve. We don't have to fucking ask for permission. We don't need to send them a petition. We have all the tools that we need to fix this game ourselves and to give ourselves the experience that we fucking want and that, that was always available to us in the good old days. We can bring the good old days back, which is exactly what we've been doing on Castaway. We took the good old days, we dug up the corpse of Team Fortress 2, and we brought it back to fucking life. So if you want a future for this game, Go ahead and fucking build it. Do your part. You don't have to wait for Valve's permission to do that. In fact, you can't wait for Valve's permission to do that because that's never fucking gonna happen. So, let me say this. If we have your support, and if you join us on Castaway in our anti-casual matchmaking struggle, we are going to bring back Quickplay. We are going to make the community server browser great again. And we are going to make Team Fortress 2 great again. We're going to win this fucking thing, baby. We're going to grow, we're going to build, and we're going to win. Just you fucking wait and see. And I am fully confident that 5 years from today, you will see an entire new generation of TF2 players that installed this game because of Castaway. And you can quote me on that. Wait and fucking see. Anyway, that's all I gotta say, and I will see you on Castaway. Oh shit, wait. I gotta address the E-Celeb slander. I forgot. Oh yeah, okay. We're not done yet. I have been informed of a despicable and heinous attack, slander, that has been launched against Castaway.
What do you think, Castaway? I don't like the servers. Not anymore. They had a certain charm for me, but now I greatly dislike them. I don't like a lot of the bounce reversions they did, especially with the Sandman, and the people there are very unwelcoming to new people to join. It's kind of sad. Like, if you're a new person and you go on Castaway, you immediately start getting boat kicked and people start screeching at you for not being a regular. It's fucking weird. Like, that, it wasn't like that a couple weeks ago. Or even like a month ago, but now it's like, it's just not an environment for me.
Okay, let's just start with the fact that this fucking guy has a total of 20 minutes played on the fucking server. Total. He played on Castaway once, and he's like making up some fairy tale, some like narrative bullshit about how Castaway used to be a great server. Oh, I really liked it, and now it's just terrible and I hate it. Like, what the fuck? Like, you didn't play on the server, ever. You played on it once, my nigga. What the fuck are you talking about? No, really. Like, I'm genuinely, like, I'm just flabbergasted by this one. Just downright confused. And then this fucking guy, who doesn't play on the server, makes up this story about how if you join Castaway as a new player now, like, you're just gonna get kicked for no reason. That's just what they do. That's just what happens. They're really sick fucks like that. Like, I'm out here shilling the server every single video. I'm out here trying to get as many people to join as possible. But, according to this fucking guy who doesn't play on the server, any new players that dare to fucking join this fucking hellhole, oh, you're just gonna get kicked in 5 seconds. So line number 1, which is very bizarre, is this like rise and fall narrative to Castaway that he's trying to like make up, oh, Castaway really meant a lot to me. It was a really great server back in the day. Like, you didn't fucking play on it, bro. You never did. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, I know that and you know that. Like, you're just straight up bullshitting there. And line number 2, which is even more retarded, and of course it's retarded because it's coming from a player that doesn't actually play on the server, trying to act like he knows what's going on there, is him trying to paint Castaway as some sort of fucking hyper-isolationist server that just kicks everyone that isn't, already part of the group for no real reason whatsoever, because I guess we're just like fucking like ISIS psychopaths. The thing that's really weird to me about what he said about Castaway isn't just the fact that he's blatantly lying, which he absolutely is. Nothing that he said had any fucking merit whatsoever. It's not based in reality. It's complete fucking fiction, obviously. But, the thing that's really weird is not just the blatancy of the lies, but like trying to understand the fucking ass backwards fucking logic to them, I'm out here fucking shilling Castaway in every single video. We're trying to get as many people to join as possible, spreading the word and all that. And this fucking kid, this guy's saying that we just fucking kick all new players on site. And I'm just trying to understand. So, okay, I'm out here trying to get people to join so we can instantly kick them, right? Like that's the purpose of me shilling Castaway every single fucking time I make a video. So, we get more fucking like vote kick blood sacrifices for the fucking Castaway gods or some shit. What are you, fucking nuts? This is some twisted ass logic only an E-Celeb could understand. So, I don't get it. I gotta be honest with you. He could have just been honest about it and said, Yeah, I don't like Castaway because they make the Sandman not dog shit. And I don't like that. I prefer Jill's Sandman, and in fact, I think Jill's balancing is really just the superior version of Team Fortress 2, right? Like you could have just said that, and as sad as that would have been, at least you wouldn't be making shit up, and nobody would have been taking it personally. In case it wasn't obvious enough yet, I categorically reject all of these nonsensical claims made by this e-celeb Jesus kid as complete and total fiction. A fairy tale fucking slander. And to me, the funniest part about this whole thing is that, like, this week, we got a guy that randomly joined from the server browser that, has like 10 hours in the game. And he fell in love with the server and he said, oh, this is the best fucking thing ever. And he's been playing every single day since he found the fucking server. So, like, not only are we not kicking new players, we're getting players that barely installed the game joining the server and fucking thinking it's awesome. And just comparing the actual reality to this fucking animal slander, that's really fucking funny to me. So believe it or not, I'm not out here trying to get as many people as possible to join Castaway because I want them to join and be kicked in 5 seconds. I know, this is very hard to believe, but that is not the reason why I am on this shilling campaign for this server. I'm expecting a full public apology from the zesty e-celeb. Apologize for besmirching the name of Castaway, for creating slanderous lies against the server. Like, we don't want your endorsement. Let me make that very clear. We don't need your fucking endorsement. But can you just do us the bare minimum courtesy and not fucking create bullshit rumors about the server that are completely fucking unsubstantiated and not based in reality? Just do us that bare fucking minimum favor and fuck off. Okay? That's all we're fucking asking. Fucking e-celebs, man. No e-celebs. That's all I gotta say about that. So yeah, I've said it 100 times. I'll say it 100 times more. Join Castaway, best TF2 server ever made. Join our Steam group, join our Steam group chat, and help us fill up the servers every day. And help us make this game great again. I'll see you on the servers.
50 agent, that was really funny.
Shit, man, I found the spot.
Like, if we're actually able to break through to the roof, the first thing we need to do is kill the sentry.
Go,
Make the self at the point.
Yes, push.
push,
Stop that shit, bro.
push, bitch.
The America's dead, their NGs are dead, now is the time.
Bitch, run.
Fucking rocket jump, why are you waiting at the teleporter?
Oh my god.
It's over, stop waiting at the teleporter!
Public Transit has failed us.
Emoticon man,
Yes.
you're a fucking American hero. You get the Medal of Honor, the Purple Heart.